guys, welcome back to my channel. My name is Nandi if you are new. So in today's video, we are going to be talking about how to manage stress. And I know that there has been such craziness going on in the world lately, and everybody could take a breather and everybody could use a break. So hopefully my tips help you. I have 5 tips that I'm going to be going through. So hopefully you enjoy. Okay, so while I do understand that stress is kind of unavoidable going through life, the issue is that stress can have so many different effects on the body, and for everyone, these effects and symptoms are different. So for instance, a lot of stress could result in weight loss, which I've seen happen plenty of times. It can increase your feeling of anxiety or panic. You can be easily frustrated, which is absolutely probably my biggest telltale sign of when I am stressed. When I'm stressed, I am just like any little thing could set me off. So easily frustrated. It also, being stressed leads to a lot of negative self-talk, especially like if you have things that you really need to get done, you're like on a time crunch and you're not doing things that you need to do. Being stressed definitely gets in the way, and it definitely alters your mood and how you feel. One of the first tips that I have to manage your stress is to slow down. Now, this is obviously easier said than done, especially when there are some people who have to homeschool their children now. There are some people who are homeschooling their children and working from home. It can be very hard with everything that is going on in the background, all the background noise. It can be extremely difficult to just slow down or take a break. This is where practicing self-care comes in. So when I say take a break, when I say slow down, it can be simple things that can be done at the end of the night. For example, you can take a shower. A hot shower for me, especially if I'm like just feeling off, I'll, either take a nice quick hot shower. Well, I don't make it quick. I take a nice hot shower and I'll just sit in there for a while and, really think about things, stretch my muscles, relax my muscles, and just be able to breathe. So I definitely recommend that. Another thing that you can do, especially if you are on a time crunch, this is something that can be done right before bed. And that is to just take deep breaths. If you have to step away for a while and just breathe in, breathe out, I highly recommend that you do that. Just being able to stop for a second wherever you are and just breathe. That can do so much good, more than people think. That definitely helps. It's just like kind of like a reset. It forces you to slow down for a second and be in the present moment. So another tip is also make time for hobbies. If you can get someone if you have children, if you can get someone to watch your kids for a couple of hours just to get a little bit of time alone. If you can, incorporate your kids in one of your favorite hobbies, do that. But definitely, either try to incorporate the people that you're around into your hobbies, or just make time for your hobbies if you have any free time. And then obviously self-care is the biggest part of taking a break. It can be hard to schedule time for yourself because there's just so much going on. There's so many obligations that people have to do, but it is really imperative that you try to set a little bit of time aside each night before you go to bed, even just to do something for yourself or just to do something that makes you feel good. Okay, so another tip that I have for you guys is to talk to someone. If you are feeling stressed beyond like the help, if you feel like you are so stressed, like beyond the point of where you can even help yourself, then I highly suggest talking to someone, getting some professional help. And if you are not, necessarily comfortable with seeking a therapist, then I would suggest you find a trusting friend that you can really vent to. And of course, ask them if they have space to be able to vent to them. But definitely find a close friend that you would feel comfortable venting to, and someone that you can definitely depend on and know that they will listen to you, give you good advice, and just let you get everything off of your chest. And then another tip is to eat well. So along with being stressed out, a lot of people start to either overeat or they undereat. So it's definitely important to eat well. Even if you're stressed, eat well, exercise, try to get at least 30 minutes a day in. I know obviously everything is easier said than done, but if you just walk around, you can take a walk. Anything to get some movement going. Moving and eating well, it just makes you feel good. It helps clear a little bit of that mind fog, and it just helps you feel better. The final tip I have for you guys is to manage your triggers and limit unnecessary stress. So this, going along with this, obviously, number one and my favorite is to learn how to say no. If you have 1,000 things on your to-do list, I have definitely said this in a video before. I will link learn how to say no up above. But if you have 1,000 things on your to-do list and people are asking you to add more and you're just, yes, I can do that. Yes, I can do this. Knowing that you can't, knowing that you're stressed out, probably not a good idea. So definitely learn how to say no. Cut down on your to-do list. Some things can be done right away. Some things can wait till tomorrow. Some things can wait till next week. Don't just purposely overwhelm yourself just because you want the thought or the idea of being busy. Cut down on your to-do list. Learn how to say no. And also control the things that you can. Okay, so we have reached the end of the video, but there are some key takeaways that I really, really want you guys to take away from this video. The first one is limit the people and the things that cause you stress. Now, these are obviously not tips, but they're kind of tips actually. So a couple more tips are to limit the things that cause you stress. Now, especially people, if you are around stressful people, if you are friends with stressful people, I would absolutely, if you get around someone and you just automatically, your body just feels different, you're more tense, you're more anxious, I would highly recommend, and I would recommend this, just in general, spring clean, okay? And that goes for your house, that goes for your friendships, your relationships. Spring clean, okay? And really take the time out every so often to really check in with yourself and say, do I like hanging out with this person? Do I like the way that these people make me feel? And everything. Because a lot of stress can come from the people that you're around. And that is something that you can control. Unless it is like a situation where it's your family and you're stuck in the house with them, or your partner and you're stuck in the house with them. I mean, some things are in your control. And so I would advise you to not hang out with people that stress you out or not participate in things that stress you out. And going along with that, things that you can control, if you are in a stressful situation that you can't get out of, if you can't change the situation, change your reaction to the situation. And again, easier said than done, but anything can happen with practice, and anything can happen if you have the right tools and you implement the right steps to take action. So if you can't change the situation that you're in, then you can change your reaction to that situation. Another takeaway from the video is to adjust your expectations. So I have an expectation video, obviously. I will also put that above. You're welcome. But expectations are just so stressful in general, because I think that people always want to be in control of something and they always want to know what is going to happen. Maybe I'm just speaking for me. Maybe you guys can relate. We don't know. But, managing your expectations, it just creates room for anything to happen. It just leaves room for things to happen. It just lets things happen naturally, and you're not stressed about it. And then the final takeaway for this video, I like how I said takeaways, and then the takeaways are like tips, and then it's just like, they're all tips and takeaways, okay? But the final takeaway for this video is to be assertive and understand, and I have said this in other videos, you control your life, okay? You control your life. You can control what is on your news feed. You can control the music you listen to. You have control, okay? Don't give away your control just for no reason, but then complain about the results of that. Hopefully, you guys can take away some gems from this video. Wishing us all a stress-free year, and I will see you in the next video. Bye.